The views expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect those of this station.
Welcome to Insights into Northeast Michigan, a WBKB News public affairs program. Insights deals with the issues affecting those in the community, as well as Northeast Michigan and the state. And now, Insights into Northeast Michigan.
Welcome to this edition of Insights, everybody. Today we're here to talk about, I think, what everybody's really looking forward to when we start talking about 4th of July are the annual fireworks that Alpena offers, and what better person to talk to about that than Jackie Krofcheck. Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. So the fireworks is pretty much, would you say, one of the biggest things that the Chamber does every year?
It definitely takes a lot of time, yes.
And how long do you, to your knowledge, has the fireworks been a really big part of the 4th of July celebration here in Alpena?
I don't actually know when it started to be such a huge event, but I do know that I've been going to huge fireworks shows since I was little, and so at least 25 to 30 years.
Right, and so clearly it's something that everybody in Alpena can really, the second you say fireworks, everybody thinks of going to the Bay Area and watching the show.
Oh yeah, and people know that Alpena, we really do have one of the best displays around, and so many people come to the area to watch.
Right, and so tell me, how is this year maybe a little bit different than years past?
Well, the first difference is that we actually have 2 shows this year.
Right.
So we have the 4th of July, the regular fireworks that you think of, the big display that'll be 30 to 40 minutes. And then we also have the Harley Owners Group fireworks, which will be on July 27th. It'll be a smaller show, but we're fundraising for both of them.
Okay, and I remember we had spoken a few months ago, and you had a meeting with the people who put on the fireworks last year, just kind of see what you could do differently to make the show even better. And so how do you think that meeting went in going forward?
Oh, that meeting was great. What actually happened is the person who had shot off our fireworks for so many years, he ended up not doing it last year, and in that transition we lost a few of the things that really made Alpena special. And so when we talked to them and pointed those things out, they were more than willing to accommodate. And we talked about a couple of safety issues. I know we talked about the sky lanterns and how dangerous that can be. And they were just so friendly and welcome to hearing those things.
Right, and so everybody clearly, even the people putting on the show, appreciate the fact that this is such a tradition here in Alpena.
They do, and it's it's one of the bigger shows, so of course they like the business and they'll do what the customers want.
Right. So would you say then that not even that most of Alpena is there, but really there's a lot of people from the surrounding areas who come in as well?
We have people from, it's a lot of Alpena, it's a lot of surrounding areas, but we have people from all over the Great Lakes states and even further. Oh, wow. Just because people are coming back to visit family, if they make a vacation out of it, they'll vacation that whole week, and they really look forward to the fireworks here.
So it also kind of helps the business in the area as well.
Oh, tremendously. Yep, and that entire day, the 4th of July is such a cool event for Alpena because you can do something all day long, whether it's spending time on the water with your family or coming into town and doing, the parade and the festival that goes on and the sandcastle contest and the fireworks. So you can do so much that day, and people just love it. And it's great for the businesses because when they're in town all day, you're spending money to eat and to buy beverages and whatever else you're buying.
Right, especially water. Last year we were out covering the event. It was very dehydrating to be working like that in that weather.
It was so hot last year.
Yeah, but that's great though because then people were at the beach and hanging out like you said. And so you did bring up the safety concerns, and we did talk about those before, just about the sky lanterns and just kind of when you're at the event, how to be safe. So if you want to maybe highlight some of those for people too.
Sure. The thing with the sky lanterns is the company, we asked them, we said, what can we do to make this better for you?
Right.
And they said, actually everything's great for us. The only thing they would suggest, and this is hard to control, but the sky lantern, so you light them and then they travel for however far they travel. So it's hard to control because we don't know how far they're going to carry.
Right.
But what they said is just ask people not to do them that day or not to do them within a couple-mile radius, because if one that's still lit lands on the fireworks that are set up, they could all go off at once, which could seriously injure somebody,
right?
Or we would lose our whole show.
Right, and so that's a really big concern. Like you said, can't really regulate that, but as long as we kind of get the message out to people,
right.
Try to do that at another point in time so the whole show isn't damaged for everybody.
Right, and then the other safety things they talk about, and the security does a good job of keeping people away from the display when it's set up.
Right, right. And so where exactly are the fireworks going to be held? Is it going to be the same place as it always is?
Yep, same location off the sort of south end of Starlight Beach area. They'll rope off the area that you can't go into, and then you can watch them any place you want.
Okay, and why do you think that the fireworks are, I mean, we kind of talked about this, but why do you think the fireworks are such a big hit for people and their families here? I
think that there's something about fireworks that it just talks, you know, you just feel like the whole freedom and American, and it's very
Patriotism.
patriotic. Yes, and people like that. It brings people together. And for a lot of people, they understand what a big deal it is for that many people to come and congregate together, and everybody has put so much time into making it happen. It's just a really cool ending to a very great day. And I think that's why it's so important. It's just all about family and patriotism and just celebrating summer.
Right, definitely. And I think, too, the community as a whole really gets involved in this. It's not just the businesses that are willing to sell the buttons or anything like that, but everybody, even some other local businesses, get involved and really make some great donations to you guys.
Yeah, they do. And one of the things this year that was really amazing to us, we see people stepping forward in ways that we haven't before. So we had a group of about 20 people that got together and had a potluck. And they all donated money, and they donated $1,000
Wow.
as a combined group of just individuals who wanted to do something. So people do really get together to support this.
Right. And as we had talked about, too, there's 2 separate shows this year, and so the fireworks is still going to be the majority of the money will be going to that, correct?
Right, so we set a goal of $25,001, and about $5,000 of that will go to the Hog Rally fireworks, and the rest of that will go, hopefully $20,000 or more, to the 4th of July fireworks.
Okay, and is that relatively the same as what you guys typically give to the 4th of July fireworks?
Yep, we've set the goal at about $19,500 in the past, maybe $20,000, and we've always raised a little more. So we're actually on track to raise more for each show right now if things keep going as well as they are.
Right, and you have that little thermometer in your office, and so people can kind of stop in and see what's going on. And then let's talk really quickly just about one of the new fundraising things that we're going to talk about next segment. It involves a farm animal, so I think people are really excited about it. If you could just give a quick little preview.
It does involve a farm animal, but her name is Chloe, and I prefer to call her Chloe because it seems like less of like kissing a farm animal and more kissing something not so dirty. So we did a Kiss the Pig fundraiser this year, and so we have several community folks who are in the running to be the pig kisser, and whoever raises the most money for the fireworks gets the honor of kissing Chloe.
Right, and from what we've seen, people are pretty excited about it.
They are, yes. There's some people that are in the top running constantly because it seems like people really want them to kiss the pig. But it's been pretty funny. People are, especially on Facebook, people are just throwing jabs back and forth at each other, and it's been great.
Right, kind of getting the morale up a little bit as well. All right, well, if you guys stay tuned, on our next segment here on Insights, we'll talk a little bit more about the Kiss the Pig contest with Chloe, and we'll also talk to a few of the other community members up for the honor. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Insights, everybody. Now, I know all of you have probably just been anxiously waiting on the edge of your couch to hear more about Chloe the Pig and the Kiss the Pig contest. I know I have. So, Jackie, tell me a little bit more just about this contest. Maybe how did this idea even come about?
Well, we have a committee. It was actually formed out of our ambassadors group, but we have a fireworks fundraising committee, and they got together and they thought, our goal every year is to get more people to donate to the fireworks. So we're not expecting, 10 people to donate $1,000 each. We want 200 people to donate a small amount because so many people do watch. So this Kiss the Pig fundraiser was kind of, we were talking about ways to do that, and this came up out of the group, and I don't actually know whose idea it was. We all just brainstorm ideas. So we have these canisters with the 7 individuals' names and pictures on them. We have 2 sets of them, one permanently at the Chamber building, and then one that's rotating around every week until the deadline. And we just ask people to put donations into the canister of the person they would like to see kiss Chloe.
Right, and so like you said, it's going to be a little bit of tight of a race, I think. Like you had mentioned that some people are kind of getting a little competitive between it.
Yeah, I think so. And what's interesting is that the people, so you have Dr. Drayton from the college and Colonel Teff from the CRTC, and the employees at those locations are really rallying behind that, that person, their leader of their organization. Right. So it's really interesting to see how badly they want their leader to kiss the
It makes you wonder a little bit.
Yeah.
And you yourself are also up to kiss Chloe. So tell me about how you're feeling about that prospect.
Well, if people want me to, I'm more than happy to do it. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's for a great cause, and I just tell people, if you want to stay on my good side, you would donate to somebody else.
Yes.
But actually, I'm just kidding about that. I really don't mind doing it.
Right. Like you said, it's for a good cause, and I think, it's all in good fun, and it's just really getting people excited about the fireworks, because this is actually going to take place in June before the show.
That's right. So the deadline, the pig kisser will be announced at 5:30 p.m. on June 14th at the Chamber building.
Okay.
And what'll be fun about that day is that we'll kind of announce all day long who's in the lead. And so people can, make donations back and forth and challenge other people to get somebody else in the lead if they want to.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks for telling all that, Jackie. And now if you guys stay tuned, up next we have a few other interviews with other people up to Kiss the Pig.
Usually if there's something like that, I usually go with with yes, unless there's some particular reason why I can't, and there's really no reason why I can't kiss a pig, so I should be around that day. So those are my calculations, and I would, you know, and do just about anything for that particular function. But you know, I've heard that it's not a grungy, horrible, terrible hog farm animal. So which some people are like, you know, hoping that Andy gets to kiss something really ugly that just came out of the back pen. So I heard as far as campaigning, of course, they have a can out for me. The staff at the city has been very good, and they've put a can out at the city for me. And then my office, a panel, put a can out there for anyone that happens to come through. And then there's the 6 that are going throughout the community. So I'll kind of let that go. You know, that would be fine. But if it ends up being Andy or Mr. Poley or somebody else that I might be voting for, well, that would be just as fun. So really, it's a fun thing, and
all about kissing a pig. You know, it's one of those things. You do it for the community, you do it for the kids, and you know, the 4th of July around here is just—it's crazy. It's a great time. Our little town probably triples a population, and it's just so neat. The bigger the show, the better it is. And if it takes a smooching a pig, hey, life's good. So.
Right, and it's also kind of getting the younger population involved a little bit because you're the principal at the high school, so it's not just businesses and adults donating money, but do you think the students are really getting into it?
Yeah, I think once the students really, it's just starting to kind of get word out there that I'm up. I think once that gets out there a little bit more, the students will be all over it. It's, you know, it'll be fun. And any way you do it, it's nice to be able to draw the, especially the students, because I mean, so many of them, they really don't go anywhere. They stay here and see the 4th of July fireworks. So it's like,
well, I was requested to stand for this honor by our Director of Human Resources, who's a Chamber of Commerce Ambassador, Carolyn for Animals. And so I just hope it's not too traumatic for the pig if I win. But yes, I'm excited, and I do have some experience in this line of work, because when I was working down in Texas, I volunteered for a similar campaign and actually came in first and did the honors down there. So I know what I'm doing in this regard. And I had a lot of fun with it, because my daughters were about 8 or 10 at that time. And I went home and I told them I'd just finished kissing a pig and I wanted to kiss them. And there might be a little bit of pig slobber still on my lips. And they went screaming around the house. We had a lot of fun. The donation canisters at ACC, and you know, kind of shaking them to see whether we're getting some contributions and urging people to vote for me. And it's all in good fun, and it's for a good cause. Well, maybe it would be a little bit of revenge for any difficulties they might have had at ACC, but I hope it's all for the good of the cause.
So if you guys want to donate to your favorite community leader to kiss the pig, all you have to do is stop by the Chamber of Commerce or any of the other locations where the rotating cans are. If you stay tuned, coming up next, we're going to talk specifically about fundraising and how you can get involved. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Insights, everybody. Now, to wrap up our show in this last segment, Jackie and I will talk specifics about fundraising, how the goal is being reached so far, and maybe what other people can do to help. So, Jackie, tell me, where are you guys sitting now, if you don't mind sharing that information?
Nope, we just did a count, and we are getting close to $15,000.
Wow.
Which means we're only $10,000 away from our overall goal, which is fantastic for this far in advance.
Right.
You know, this town is traditionally pretty last minute, and so to be this close to it this far out is just outstanding.
Right, and especially, I mean, economic times, they're hard for a lot of people, and so it's really nice to see that people are able to scrounge up some extra change for you for this fundraiser.
Yep, we did a button sales, our first, it was the front door sale we call it, so we did it in front of a couple grocery stores in the area. And we more than doubled what we did last year at that same event. And since that event, our button sales, we just had to order more buttons.
Wow.
Because the button sales have been they've been flying off the shelves.
Right, and so clearly people are just really, again, rallying behind the cause.
Right.
And so tell me about some of the other fundraising opportunities. You mentioned the front door sales that you do at the grocery stores, but what are some other avenues that people can really get involved if they want to?
Well, there's a couple different ways. We just take donations in general. So we have several people that just send a check into the chamber or to City Hall, which is always acceptable. We have the Kiss the Pig, which we talked about. We also have a curbside fireworks button sales event, which will be in front of the chamber office. So we'll be, you know, people can drive by, don't even have to leave your vehicle, and they can buy a button or make a donation. We also have the drive and buy sale, which is at Alpena-Alcona Area Credit Union, May 31st. So again, people can drive by or they can drive through the parking lot and pick up a button or make a donation. And then we also have the Kiss the Pig event on June 14th. So those are the upcoming events. And we do have a couple businesses who are still doing internal fundraisers. And those are just, you know, as people go into the businesses, participate in those fundraisers.
Right. So tell me about some of the businesses that have donated some money recently, or maybe it's from their own out of pocket, or maybe from what you had just mentioned.
Sure. Boland's Jewelry every year is kind, and every month they do their watch battery donations. So they just finished up theirs for the fireworks, and they just donated, I think, $1,300 with that, which was fantastic. We have Bay Urban always does a Glow Turbo event. We have Nemrock, I know, does internally with their employees. They'll buy lunch, but they'll ask for a donation, and that goes toward the fireworks. Alpena Alcona Area Credit Union does. They sell the buttons to their employees for $3, and they match it for $3.
Okay.
So they donate all that money. There's other ones I know that people do internally. I can't think of all of them
right because there's so many.
Yeah, but that's really the way to do this, because, like I said, so many people watch the fireworks. It's really only fair, and it only makes sense for everybody to get involved.
Right, and for everybody to kind of donate a few dollars here and there because they and their families will be enjoying it.
Right, exactly. So if you think, in a perfect world, we'd collect $2 from every person that actually watches the fireworks.
Right.
And we'd have more than enough to have a fantastic show.
Right.
But of course, we know it doesn't always work that way. So just getting as many people involved as possible is what's important.
And also it keeps it a free event for people, so they can just kind of show up there, grab a seat, and watch the show, and don't really have to worry about the whole process.
Right. We'd hate to lose the time where we can't afford a nice show, and then we would lose people coming to Alpena for it. So we really want to maintain the quality of show that we have. And you're right, it's free to people, and you see how many people go every year, so they appreciate it. And we just encourage them to participate in donating somehow.
Right. And so have you seen any younger kids get involved or maybe donate anything, or is it typically just some older businesses and older business people?
No, we have the high school students actually are getting involved with the Kiss the Pig thing, because the principal is one of the contestants in that. And then what really amazes me, every time we're in front of the store selling, we'll have kids that'll reach into their pockets and take change, because they love the fireworks and they understand that they have to participate in funding them, so it's great. And then one other thing that I actually forgot to mention is some of the local bars are doing, you can buy it's a slip of paper and for a couple bucks or whatever, and put your name on it and say that you help support it. And the reason they're doing that is because the Hog Rally, they'd really like to help support those fireworks. Because, they'll be involved in some of the Hog Rally events.
Right, definitely. And a lot of people stopping through. Again, that's a whole nother opportunity for Alpena, Northeast Michigan to get some business.
Right. So that, so all this money is just combining into the fireworks pot, and it's going to be wonderful.
Right. And so for the Hog Rally, where is that event taking place?
All over Alpena.
Okay.
It's basically headquartered at the Holiday Inn.
Okay.
But they will have events at Bayview, and they'll be doing some stuff downtown. There'll be a parade for all downtown, down Ripley, down State Street. Fireworks will be actually shot off from the same location as the 4th of July fireworks. But you'll see those motorcycles all over Alpena.
Very cool. And so the people who are coming for the show then, like you said, it's a bit of a different demographic, so the bars are really participating too. So it's not just this family-friendly event for the fireworks, but now we have this whole other event to reach out to a whole different generation of people. Right, and our visitors, and we want to show them how great Alpena is, and we have these fireworks for you. But not only that, but anybody can watch the fireworks on the 27th and on the 4th of July. So it's not just for the Hog group, it's for everybody. Right. And so just kind of a wrap-up statement just to conclude. We've talked a lot about the fireworks in general, and I think that, me as well, I grew up going to Chicago fireworks, so a little bit different, but it's the same concept. It's the same togetherness and family, and it's the 4th of July, America. So I guess a wrap-up statement, why should people be donating? Well, really what I tell people is, do you appreciate the economic development it brings to the area? And is my first question. My second one is, do you watch the fireworks? And I don't know how you can answer no to both of those questions. You're going to say yes to at least one. Right. Therefore, you should be donating. Right. Okay. Well, great. I think that's a good statement, and hopefully people are watching and can kind of take that to heart too. Well, thanks for being here today, Jackie, and I hope all of you guys took something away from this as well. So if you need any more information about where to donate for the Chamber of Commerce fireworks, you can just visit the Chamber website. Have a good day.
Insights into Northeast Michigan is produced by WBKB News. If you have any comments, suggestions, or topics you would like to see on a future show, please email WBKB News. This has been a production of Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation. All rights reserved.